Hi friends, welcome back to the Marketing Nomad YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing of a tarot deck that I recently purchased, and that is the Awaken Tarot. This is the Borderless version. This is by RYVE. All right, and I do want to say this one, I've had my eye on this for quite some time. The thing is, I already do have an RWS deck, but I wanted one that was a little bit more modern, a little bit more kind of relatable to today's world. And first off, when I was looking at the videos of this deck on YouTube, the colors were so vibrant and it was just so eye-catching, and I really wanted it for myself. So I decided to go ahead with it, and I also wanted a borderless version of the RWS deck, and this one is the borderless version. So all in all, I'm quite excited to show you this deck as well. What I'll be going to do in this video is I'm going to be doing a flip through of the cards that are in this deck. I'm also going to be kind of talking to you about my thoughts about the deck as we are going through each of the cards, and my first impressions as well. And yeah, I really hope that you kind of come on this ride with me as I unbox my tarot deck. And before we get into the table version of this video, like, I'm going to be putting more focus on the table so that we can kind of do the cards properly. You can see the images, all of that, and then I'll walk you through that as well. But before we get into that, let me actually take some time to read the back information about the deck, and then we shall get started. All right. So this one is by RYVE. Okay. Welcome to Living Life Deliberately. We created the Awaken Tarot deck by consciously staying true to the original tradition and symbolism of the RWS deck. To make it more relatable, our modernized characters celebrate the uniqueness and diversity of the world that we live in today. May the Awaken Tarot be an empowering tool that inspires you to pay attention to life by staying present in the now, where intuition guides your journey through life. We believe in you, and we wish you every success in all areas of your life. Team RYVE, this is Awaken Tarot Borderless. All right? Beautiful. I can't wait to get into this. All right? So let's get into it. Alrighty, so that is how the box looks. Hold on, let me zoom in for you a little bit. The Awaken Tarot. That is the Magician, by the way, and the Magician is a woman. Love that. I'm just showing you the box, the side. Very, very powerful image over there. A lot of energy just even in the image. The box is pretty sturdy. The magnetic closure is there for convenience. And I also really like the cover. That's the back that I just read off for you. Very, very simple design, but at the same time very, very powerful. And inside it says, the magician is a powerhouse. The energy to create and manifest comes from the awareness and ability to use the elemental tools to support one's life's journey through change, growth, and evolution. LAMP, right? And that is the guidebook. Pretty small guidebook, to be very honest with you, but at the same time, kind of looks very, very beautiful, very colorful on the inside. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Beautiful. I actually took the time to read the foreword, and what Sally says is that her intention for creating this deck was to dispel misconceptions about tarot being mysterious or inaccessible. And for her, protecting the tradition, the symbolism, and the balance of the RWS deck was very, very important, while she celebrated uniqueness, diversity, and progression of the modern world. And her new illustration's intention was to be relatable with a dynamic and empowering energy, right? So that's just me taking a look at the guidebook. I do want to say that the guidebook has more advice related to the cards rather than details about the symbolism. So I would recommend this deck for more journaling exercises or mindfulness practices where you're looking for advice. But of course, if you are very, very familiar with the symbolism of RWS deck, then you would be able to read with this deck with ease. As I'm looking through the images, it's pretty clear. I really like how she's framed the advice. It seems to resonate very deeply with me as well. So that is the guidebook for you. Let's get into the cards and look at the back, just right off the bat. Like, it's just so striking. And inside it just says, for more inspiration, go to myryve.com, right? And that's the magnetic cover, me showing it to you. Very, very sturdy. It just clicks right in, right? The card stock by itself, really nice, high quality. I kind of was taking some time to look at the back design as well. For those of you who do like reversals, that's a very good back design for reversals. I personally don't do reversals. I do acknowledge the energy that the cards are in, but I personally don't do reversals. I feel that the card upright is enough to tell me the energy that it is in. So this is just me kind of looking through each of the cards. This is also how I connect with the deck, by the way. I do this for every single deck that I do buy and I do have. I make sure that I take the time to look at every single card and, maybe just get in those initial messages as well. First off, I was a bit confused at this point. I put the card and then I was like, hey, is there a mistake? There are 2 lovers cards over here. And I kind of Googled it afterwards, but this is very, very intentional on her end. That is the gender neutral version of the lovers card. And it's so clear from the images, that she really, really cares about representation and she wants to make it as relatable as possible. I think that for some people, the RWS deck might seem a little bit overwhelming. But looking at, people in jeans and t-shirts, people of different races, different ethnicities, different, even just the kind of people that are there, very, very inclusive, appearances, all of that. I feel it's just so much more inviting, especially if you might be feeling a little bit daunted about getting started with tarot. I think that this is a really nice deck, but I do feel that it is important to at least know the symbolism of the RWS deck before you buy this deck, just because the guidebook isn't that detailed about the symbolism. It has more of advice, right? So there are some cards, beautiful, beautiful colors. I mean, the colors are just so vivid and they're just absolutely standing out. Even the cardstock, the texture of the cardstock was just so brilliant, so beautiful. And I felt it was easy to shuffle. And I do notice a little bit more of grayish tones for the entire deck, which is very, very calming, very soothing to my soul. Actually, even as I was reading the cards, like I was just flipping it, but I was also getting some intuitive messages from the cards, and it was just so warm, so inviting, and I absolutely really just enjoyed this experience of looking at each one of the cards. It's also very, very clear that she has really stuck to the tradition of the RWS deck while also maintaining a lot of versatility in her interpretation of it. And I, for one, I really, really liked how this deck was just feeling, like the energy of that deck. And it's very, very clear that the message of self-empowerment just shines through, with how inclusive this deck is. I would definitely recommend this deck to people who are starting out and for people who are also advanced readers as well. I think that there is a lot of information that can come through. I think that it also allows you to tap deeper into your intuition. There's a lot of little elements that she has actually put in her images, and she's not let that go. So I feel that even for advanced readers, this is a good deck, and this is also a deck that you will get a lot of intuitive hits from, and you will be able to connect deeply. So I would say yes, you know, this deck is good for beginners. It is also pretty good for advanced readers as well. I, for one, was getting intuitive hits even from the smallest elements on the image, and I was like, wow, that is incredible, because her attention to detail for this particular deck is just, it's incredible. And it shows that, you know, Sally really respects the original RWS symbolism. She truly respects it, but she's kind of given a modern twist to that as well. The colors are clean, vivid, and there's a lot of visual storytelling that's happening. So even if you are just a collector of tarot decks, I would recommend this one. It's a good one to add to your collection, and it's also a good one to have as well. And we have the last card of the deck. Beautiful, wasn't it? So what I thought I would do is, I thought, oh, that's just me showing you the cardstock, all right? Kind of comes back to the original position, which is really good. I think that this is pretty high quality stuff, all right? Yeah, so what I thought I would do is actually pick a card and read from the guidebook, just so that you can have an understanding of how the guidebook relates to the card, all right? So this is just me shuffling because the cards are in order. So I just wanted to kind of get them a little bit shuffled. This is just me shuffling. And as you can see, it's very smooth shuffling, just glides. So while I was shuffling, I kind of put the intention out for any advice for all of us, you know, because you are watching this in some shape or form, you are also connecting to my energy, right? And so I just kind of asked if there was a general advice for the collective, and all of us, we're all part of the collective. So one popped out. Oh, we got the Four of Swords. All right. Four of Swords. You may be pushing yourself too hard lately and need a break. Take your foot off the pedal and catch your breath. Relax, recharge, and refocus. Once you've taken some time off to rejuvenate, you will be able to face your life's challenges with a fresh perspective. And I gotta tell you, this was so what I needed at this point in time. And that's just me taking some time to reflect on the card, just getting my own messages as well. I tend to do this. Sometimes I even open out my journal and I start writing my thoughts. Oftentimes, whatever comes out, it relates in some way. I mean, that is the power of tarot, right? In some way, it relates to what I'm going through. And for me, this was just brilliant because I have been overworking myself and I really needed that push from, from the universe. Yes, I definitely needed that, right? So I was actually quite surprised when it came out, but that's the thing, you know, as much as I know how this works, like the energy alignment and all that, I still get surprised from time to time. And I think that's something that I hope I will always have, you know, how tarot surprises me sometimes. And so with that, this brings me to the end. I really hope that you liked this video. Please do give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye.